So today we start the carry look ahead adder. Now this is the circuit for the full adder using the two half adder. So this is one half adder, this is one half adder, and this is the another half adder. And the carry generated from the two half adder are added together to generate the final carry. So that's why this is actually the circuit for the full adder using two half adder. Now here we name the intermediate output as PI and GI. Now what is called the PI and GI? PI is the output for the first XOR gate and GI is the output for the first AND gate, or the first half adder AND gate. Now what is the PI? What is the expression for PI from this figure? In terms of the inputs A, B and CI, what is the expression for PI? PI is this one.
A XOR B.
A XOR B, very good, correct. And what is the expression for GI in terms of the input variable?
AB, sir, AB.
AB, very good. So that means it is very easy to understand that the PI is the A XOR B, A XOR B, and G is the AB, because this is the output of the two input AND gate and this is the output of the two input XOR gate. Now this I means it's a typical stage of adder. What is the stage of adder? So just look at here. Here, how many stages are there? Total 4 stages are there. This is the first stage because this A0 B0 added first. After this, then A1 B1 is added, then A2 B2 added, then A3 B3 added, like this one. So that means here total 4 stages are there. This is the stage number 0 or whatever you call stage number 1. Then this is the second stage, third stage, fourth stage. So this is called the addition stage. And here I indicates the number of stage. Now G is called the carry generate function, and which is equal to AB. P is called the carry propagate function, which is called the A XOR B. Okay. The expression for P is A XOR B, and G, the expression for G is AB. Now nobody will ask you in the semester that why the G is called the carry generate function and why the P is called the carry propagate function. But I will take 1 minute to explain this one, why the G is called the carry generate function and why the P is called the carry propagate function. But before that, what is the property of the two input OR gate? This is a two input OR gate. So what is the property of the two input OR gate? The property of the two input OR gate is, if one of the input is 1, then what about the output? In case of a two input, so in case of a two input OR gate, if one of the input is 1, then the OR gate will not look at the other input. Whatever with the other input, the output will always 1, because 1 plus anything, it generates a 1. Now look at the GI. GI is one of the input of the OR gate. So that means if GI equal to 1, then the CI plus 1, that means the in this case the carry will be generated. One carry will be generated. So that's why the G is called the carry generate function. Understand my point? If the GI is one of the input of the last OR two input OR gate, so that means if G term is become 1, then the OR gate will not look at the other inputs. This one, whatever be the other input, if G equal to 1, then the output is also 1. So that means that's why it is called the carry generate function. G is actually controlling the carry generation in this particular stage. If G equal to 1, then the carry will definitely be generated and it will go to the next stage. That's why G is called the carry generate function. Why the P is called the carry propagate function? Look, P is nothing but A XOR B. Okay, and the P is one of the input of this AND gate. Now consider one condition where P equal to 1, C, this input C equal to 1. So if P and C both are 1, then this output is the output of the AND gate is 1. And if the output of the AND gate is 1, then the output carry will also be generated. Okay, it not look at the G term. If the output of the AND gate is 1, then this carry will also be generated. So you may say in the other word that if the P term equal to 1, then this carry is actually propagated to the output carry. Okay. This carry is actually reflected as the output carry. That's why the term P is called the carry propagate function. It actually means allow the carry from this stage to the other stage also. So that's why the G is called the carry generate function and P is called the carry propagate function. Now In terms of P and G, can somebody tell me what is the expression for S in terms of P, G, and CI? CI is the carry input. Forget about the A and B variables. Now you have three variables only. One is CI, that means the carry input, PI, and GI. So in terms of these three variables, can somebody tell me what is the expression for SI? This SI?
P XOR CI.
So SI equal to, it is written P XOR CI, because it's very easy to understand, because the SI is the output of this XOR gate. The inputs are PI and CI. So PI, XI, CI is the expression for SI. And what about the expression for CI plus 1? In terms of these three variables?
GI plus
GI plus PICI.
PI.
Very good. So it's equal to written, and it is very easy to understand also that why the CI plus 1 equal to GI plus PI CI. Okay. Now just replace the value of I from 0 to 3. Okay. So let's see what will happen. So if I equal to become 0, that means at initial stage, CI from this expression, okay, from this expression, if we just replace the I by 0, because I is nothing but the stage of addition. So it may be the initial state, that means I equal to 0, I equal to 1, I equal to 2, like this one. So if I equal to 0, it becomes C1. This term becomes C1 equal to G0 plus P0 C0. Got this one? Understand this one? Just replace the value of I as 0 in the above expression. It's become C1 equal to G0 plus P0 C0. Get it? In this expression, in this particular expression, if we replace the value of I by 0, then what will happen? What will become this term? It's become I equal to 0, so it's become C1. Okay, I equal to 0, so it's become G0. This one become P0 C0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now next one, if I equal to, in the same expression, in this double tick expression, if I equal to become 1, then it will become C2. So it's become C2 equal to G1 plus P1 C1. So it's become G1 plus P1 C1. Now again replace the value of C1 from the above expression. It's become G1 plus P1 into G0 plus P0 C0, because this C1 is nothing but from the above expression, it's equal to G0 plus P0 C0. Now just break the expression. It's become G1 plus P1 G0 plus P1 P0 C0. Okay. Take your time and understand this one. Why the C2 become G1 plus P1 G0 plus P1 P0 C0. Very easy to understand. Just replace the value of C1 from the above expression in this one. In this particular term, it will become this. Got it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in the same double tick expression, if I equal to become 2, then it becomes C2. It's become C3 equal to G2 plus P2 C2. G2 plus P2 C2. Again replace the value of C2 from the above expression. It's become G2 plus P2 G1 plus P2 P1 G0 plus P2 P1 P0 C0. Okay. So take your time and understand the last term. Why the C3 become this? It actually just replacing the value of C term from the above expression. You definitely get this one.
Yes, sir, it's clear now.
Okay. So everybody, is it clear? Why the C1 equal to this, C2 equal to this, C3 equal to this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now understand. First, to listen the question very carefully, because this is a fundamental questions, and try to answer this one. Suppose you have every type of gate available with you, means the number of gate is maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe anything. So all these type of resources are available with you. So can somebody tell me how much time is needed? Okay, what pointer? So how many time is needed? 1 minute. Okay. Now the question is that if all these type of resources are available with you, then can somebody tell me how many times are needed to generate the term C1? Consider that G0, P0, all these terms are available from the beginning, from the time instant T0. All the G and T terms are available from the beginning, means at T equal to 0. Okay. So how many time is needed? How many propagation delay time is needed to calculate the C1 term?
3.
In terms of propagation delay of the gate. Suppose if the propagation delays are TP, if the propagation delays are TP for a particular for all,
T3.
somebody said 3 TP. Acha, are you answer? Somebody said 3 TP, and how much time is needed to generate the term C1? So only 3 TP answer.
Sir, কেউ একটা 2TP বললো, but 3TP হবে মনে হয়।
Acha, somebody say, who said 2 TP? Abar, please speak out. It may be wrong, may be right. This is a class, nah. It's not an exam. This is a class, and I'm not. You're not supposed to know everything in the digital electronics. That's why I'm here to teach all these things. So don't be shy. It may be wrong, may be right. But if you not speak out, then how will you understand that you are getting all these things or not? It may be anything. Your answer may be wrong, may be right. I'll not mind anything. Okay, but if you speak, then I'll be very happy. Who said 2 TP? And I think somebody said 5 TP also, na? কে বলেছে 2 TP? এই তো আবার কেউ কথা বলে না। আরে বললে কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, আমি কিছু মনে করবো না। তোকে মনে হয় আমি সেরকম টিচার, আমি তোকে রেগে যাবো তোর উপর? কে বলেছে? ঠিক আছে, কেউ বলেনি তার মানে। ধরো 2 TP is the correct answer. ওই জন্য আমি এতক্ষণ বলছিলাম who said 2 TP. Why it is 2 TP? First you see how many propagation delays are required to generate this P0 C0. How to generate P0 C0? Suppose all the P and C terms are available with you. How to generate P0 C0? Using what gate? Using what type of? বলো
স্যার AND gate.
এই পুরো ভালো করে বলবি সব সময়, 2 input AND gate. Okay, AND gate.
Input AND gate, yes, sir.
So you have to become a very precise engineer. Okay, so precisely say you have to say 2 input AND gate. Okay, so 2 input AND gate is required. Very good, to generate the term P0 C0. Okay, and AND gate, every gate has the propagation delay TP. So that means 1 TP time is required to generate these terms. And how to generate G0 plus P0 C0? Which gate is required for this plus sign? Which gate is
Input OR gate.
very good, 2 input OR gate is required. So that means here we required 2 TP time to generate the C1 term. 1 TP we generate the P0 C0, and in the next time we give all the input to a 2 input OR gate, and OR gate required another TP also. So that means for generating the G0 plus P0 C0, 2 TP time is required. Now bolo ebar.
So for P0 we are requiring 1 gate. So
No.
consider that.
I mentioned in the beginning that all the P and G terms are available with you. Okay, you doesn't need to think about how much time is required to generate the P0 Z0 term. P0 Z0 terms are available from the beginning. You have already generated this one. Now, how many time is required to calculate the PC1? That was the question. You doesn't need to think about how much time is required to generate the P0, Z0, P1, Z1 term. All these G term and P terms are available from the beginning. Now you start your calculation and tell me how much time is required to generate the term C1. And here you see that 2 TP time is required to generate the term C1. Now, can somebody tell me? Oh, that is very easy. So this is one OR AND gate. The output is goes to a OR gate like this. Okay. The output is goes to a OR gate like this, and this is actually the C1. The input for this AND gate are, this is equal to P0 and C0. Okay, and the next input is G0. So now you think how much time is required? 1 TP time is required to generating the term, because without generating this actual term, the output of the C1 is not valid. So that means one TP is required for this AND gate, another TP is required for the OR gate. So
স্যার
total
আপনি
2 TP
বলেছিলেন যে P0 টার্মটা আগে থেকেই ছিল, মানে পুরোটা AB থেকে আলাদা করে আবার গেট দিয়ে P0
No,
তৈরি
no, no,
করতে
no.
হবে?
AB থেকে দরকার নেই. As I mentioned before, that P0, P term, C term, G term, whatever be the G1, G2, G3, whatever be the C,
আচ্ছা,
G, P,
তাহলে তাহলে স্যার
all
ঠিক
these
আছে,
terms,
তাহলে ঠিক আছে।
yes, all these terms are available. Okay. Now, if you understand this one, then can somebody tell me how many times is required to generate the term C1? How many time are required to generate the term C1? C1, so sorry, C2. C2 expression is this one.
Sir, 4 TP.
Somebody say 4 TP. Next.
Two TP.
Very good, correct. কে বললো এটা?
প্রীতম স্যার।
Very good. So 2 TP time again is required to this one. Why? Because in the first TP time we generating the term P1 plus P0 C0 and P1 and G0. Okay, so in the same first TP time we will generate these two terms, and in the next TP time we actually add the three terms together. So that means again 2 TP time is required to generate the term C2. Okay, only here we require a 3 input AND gate. Now tell me how much time is required to generate the term C3. C3 expression is this one. How much time is required to generate the term C3? You have all the resources.
Two TP again.
Very good, 2 TP again. Okay, why 2 TP is taken? Because in the first TP we generate the term, this last term, the third term, and the second term. Okay, and in the next TP time we actually taking a 4 input OR gate, and we just take the addition of these 4 terms, because this term will not automatically generated. This time we need to give the input as to a 4 input AND gate to generate this term, 3 input AND gate to generate this term, 2 input AND gate to generate this term, but only all these P terms, G terms are applied to this gate simultaneously. So only one propagation delay time is required to generate the last term, this term, this term. Now in the next one, we take one 4 input OR gate. The inputs are G2, P2 G1, P2 P1 G0, P2 P1 P0 C0. So OR gate will add all these things and it will generate the term C3. So that's why it is written, to generate these carry terms, only 2 propagation delays are required. Okay.
স্যার
So is it
এইটা
clear?
একবার বলবেন স্যার P3 এর টাইমিংটা, মানে প্রপাগেশন টাইমটা কত লাগছে, যেটা মানে বুঝতে পারলাম না কিভাবে হচ্ছে 2 TP।
How much time is required to 1 minute, Dara? How much time is required to generate this term? How much time is required to generate this term only? To generate this term, what type of gate is required?
স্যার TP
Only TP, because we required a 4 input AND gate and only 1 propagation delay time is required for generating these terms. How many time is required to generate this term? P1, P1, P2, P1, G0.
So this one also needs a 3 input AND gate.
Very good. 3 input AND gate. How much time is required to generate output? TP time only.
Only TP.
This one required only 2 input AND gate, and only again TP time is required. Now these are all the G terms, P terms are simultaneously supplied to the circuit. So that means only within one TP, this is a parallel processing. So, okay, 3 gates are independent from each other. So within TP time, all the product terms are generated. Okay, and in the next TP time, we just add this product term using a 4 input OR gate. So that means here also 2 TP time is required. So that's why it is written there, to generate these carry terms, only 2 propagation delays are required. Now come to the circuit. Come to these circuits. Here you see, first these are the original input. These are the original inputs. This is the A3 B3, A2 B2, A1 B1, A0 B0, and this is the initial carry. If the initial carry is there, we can take it. If the initial carry is not there, then we just need to take it a ground. Okay, whatever be your choice. If the initial carry is present, you have to make it a Cin. Otherwise, you just put it in the ground. So this is the initial terms, and we need to add the numbers. First, what we need to do, we need to generate the P and G terms. And from the expression, we know that P equal to nothing but A XOR B, and G is equal to nothing but AB. These P and G terms are not dependent on the carry input. So this is the beauty of this carry look ahead adder. P and G terms are independent from the carry. These are only dependent the A and B term. So that's why we can easily generate P3 G3 using this A3 B3. We can generate the P2 G2 using A2 B2. So that means in this way we generate all the P and G terms. Got it?
স্যার বলছিলাম স্যার ক্যারি জেনারেটর থেকেই তো স্যার টিপিটা ক্যালকুলেট করাটা বেটার না, কারণ কি স্যার ওখানে একটু কমপ্লিকেটেড লাগছে স্যার ব্যাপারটা আর কি।
Carry?
স্যার যেটা স্যার ওই যে মানে টিপিটা স্যার আপনি বলছেন স্যার টিপি টাইমটা ক্যালকুলেট করতে হবে স্যার। স্যার তো ওটা স্যার ক্যারি মানে এই মানে যে ফিগারটা আপনি দেখাচ্ছেন স্যার ক্যারি জেনারেটরের, স্যার এখান থেকে করলে বেটার না স্যার? ওখান থেকে ব্যাপারটা একটু কমপ্লিকেটেড লাগছে তাই।
This carry generator, the figure is actually no. This is the block diagram. This is not a complete figure. Inside the carry generator, this type of gates are there. Okay, this type of things are there. These are the carry generator. It is responsible for generating the C1, C2, C3 like this. And here you see that some AND gate or OR gate are required. First, we require some AND gate to produce the product terms, and then we require some OR gate to add them together and to produce the carry term. So that means inside the carry generator, some AND gate OR gates are there. Their order may be different, maybe 2 input, maybe 3 input, maybe 4 input, maybe more number of inputs. But the carry generator is responsible for producing the carry term only. Okay, and for producing the carry term, what are the things we require? We require the P and G term. So that's why the P and G terms are generated using this XOR gate and AND gate. And these are supplied to the carry generator. Inside the carry generator, the carries are produced, like the C3s are produced, C2s are produced, C1 produced, like this one. Then what is the expression for the final sum? Here you see the final sum expression is this one. This is the expression of the final sum. Once the carry terms are generated, S equal to nothing but PI XOR CI. So that means S, what is the things that there? S4. Sorry, S3. So S3 means what? If I equal to 3, then S3 equal to P3 XOR C3. Okay, so that means S3 equal to XOR of C3 and P3. Similarly, S2 equal to XOR of C2 P2. S1 equal to C1 P1 XOR of C1 P1, and S0 equal to P0 C0 XOR of P0 C0, and final carry out equal to this one, because final carry out is also generated using the carry generator. That is actually C4. The final carry out equal to C4. So C4 means in this expression, if I just put I equal to 3, it will generate the value of C4. And also only 2 TP time is required for generating this one. So now let's see how much time is required for the whole complete process. Now in the carry generator, inside the carry generator, as we have calculated already, that only 2 TP time is required to generating the carry terms only. Okay, to generating the carry term, 2 TP time is required. So that means inside the carry generator, only 2 TP time is required to produce the carry. Now how much time is required to produce the P and G terms? Now look here, and somebody can tell me how much time is required to generate the P and G term.
TP, sir.
This is at equal to 0. At t equal to 0, we give all the input A, B inputs. So how much time is required to generate the P and G term?
TP.
Very good. Correct answer. So one person is already said the correct answer. So only TP time is required, because this is the parallel processing. This get required TP, this gets also required TP, and this is parallelly process the output. And so produce the P and G term, only TP time is required. How much time is required to produce the final sum? How much time is required after this one? After this one, this is actually the stage of addition. So after this one, how much time is required to produce the sum term?
4 TP, sir.
Right?
মানে এটা সব অ্যাড করে।
No, sub add করেন after this one, after from this arrow, how much time is required?
This one only 1 TP is required. 1 TP.
Very good. So only 1 TP is required, because the sum is nothing but the output of a XOR gate, single XOR gate. So that means only 1 TP is required to produce the sum terms. Okay. So here we require TP time. Inside this one we require 2 TP time, and after this one we require again TP time. So how much time is total required? Total required 2 TP plus TP plus TP. That means total 4 propagation delay times are required in this particular adder. Okay. Total 4 TP time is required. How it become 4? Just take the summation. TP time is required for producing the PG term. 2 TP time is required to produce the carry terms, and 1 TP time is required to produce the final sum terms. So that means total 4 TP time is required for this particular adder. Okay. So total 4 propagation delay. Here it is also written on. It is also written in my notes also. So total 4 propagation delays are required for carry look ahead adder. And this time is not dependent upon the number of bits present in the input word. So whatever is the number of bits.
টিপি টাইম এখানে লাগছে কেন স্যার একটু বলবেন?
এটা তাহলে এতক্ষণ ধরে কি বোঝালাম তোকে এখানে? এতক্ষণ ধরে আমি কি বোঝালাম যে how much time is required to generate the carry terms? So only 2 TP time is required to generate the carry terms. Only for 64 bit. What is the requirement for 64 bit? That means here 64 terms will be added. 64 terms will be multiplied, also added. So that means here the number of input of the gate will increase, nothing else. It doesn't require cascading connections of this thing because all these gates are readily available. 2 input gate, 4 input gate, 3 input gate, whatever be the number of input gate, that can be readily available in the market. So 128 input gates is also available. 64 input bit is also available. So that means the resources are available. So you just need to use the resources to generate the carry terms using the 2 TP time. And this is actually the logic inside the carry generator. So inside the carry generator, 2 TP time is required. Before that, to produce the PG term, 1 TP time is required. After the carry generation, to produce the final output, 1 propagation delay time is required. So ultimately we require 4 TP time. And this 4 TP time is not dependent upon the number of bits present in the input word. It is dependent upon what? It is dependent upon the resources only. Okay. For 64 bit of addition, we required a huge number of gates, and the number of input of the gate is also required, also very high, 64 maybe. So that means the resources are available in the means to the processor. All the resources are available, but you need to use the resources properly to generate the sum terms within a fixed time. And these 4 TP time, 4 propagation delay time are not dependent upon the number of bit present. Whatever be the number of bit, the same time is required. Only the number of gates are required more. The size of the circuit is a little bit more like this one. But we can sacrifice this type of condition because here fixed time is required for calculating the total summation procedure. And this is the main advantage of the carry look ahead adder or over the ripple carry adder. Ripple carry what is called the parallel adder is called the ripple carry adder. Both the names are applicable, either the parallel adder or the ripple carry adder. But the disadvantage is that the time to complete the total summation procedures are dependent upon the number of bits. But here, in case of carry look ahead adder, the fixed time is required. That's why the name carry look ahead adder. It doesn't need to look at the carry. Carry is automatically generated using the carry generator. We just need to use the carry. Okay, this one is a very important topic in the for the Macout because so many years the question came. You need to draw the block diagram of the carry look ahead adder and explain the operation of this one. So for explaining the operation, you need to explain all these things. It doesn't need to record to explain all these things. If you write whatever it is written, you will get the full marks. It doesn't record to explain why the 2 TP time is required. After the expression, you may write the to generate this carry time only 2 propagation delay times are required. That is sufficient to get the full marks. Okay. So this is called the carry look ahead adder. And in modern processor, inside the modern processor, all the modern processor means adopt this type of algorithm to edit the numbers. Because this is the only one arithmetic operation happens inside the processor. Whatever be the output operation, it may be the addition, subtraction, division, whatever be it is. But inside the processor, only the addition is there. Because using the addition, they can actually do all these things. Now come to this one. This is called the magnitude comparator. Now what is called the magnitude comparator? Here, this is a 2-bit magnitude comparator. 2-bit magnitude comparator means here we actually compare the 2 inputs A and B and produce the 3 output, because if we compare the values of the 2 inputs A and B, 3 possible combinations are there. One is the A equal to B, second one equal to A greater than B, third may be A less than B. Without these 3, no other possible combinations are there. 2 inputs are there, A and B. So it may happen that A equal to B, it may happen that A greater than B, it may happen that A less than B. Without the 3, No other combinations are there. Okay, so that's why this is the input AB. Four possible combinations are there: 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, and output, three outputs are there: A equal to B, A greater than B, A less than B. Just check one: when A and B both are 0 0, which light will on? It's A equal to B. When A 0 B 1, which condition will on? It's equal to A less than B. Now A equal to 1, B equal to 0, then A greater than B. A equal to 1, B equal to 1, A equal to B. So that means this output is nothing but the A bar B bar plus A B. Okay, so what is the output of the A bar B bar plus A B? It's equal to A. What is the output of this one? A equal to B.
X
What is
not
the output?
B. A X
Very
not
good.
B.
Very good. A X not B. Okay, so X not is there, but I think this particular software is not supporting that one, so the symbol is not showing. So it's equal to A X not B. Similarly, what is the expression for A greater than B? Let me, who can say from the truth table, what is the expression for A greater than B? This one.
Sir, X equal to AB bar.
AB bar, very good, because it's equal to true here, and just check the condition, check the combination. It's equal to A equal to 1, B equal to 0. So that means A B bar. Okay, so A greater than B, A B bar. And what is the expression for A less than B?
Sir, A bar B. Y equal to A bar B.
Very good. It's equal to A bar B, because it is true here. It is true here, and this combination. Look at the combination. It's equal to A0 B1, and A0 B1 means
A bar B.
A greater than A bar B. So this is actually the circuit. So once the circuit has completed, you can easily draw these things. Now let me show you this one in the circuit maker. This is called the magnitude comparator. Where is the magnitude comparator? Magnitude comparator is not here. So unfortunately, I don't have the magnitude comparator circuit, but it's easy. If you just draw this circuit and just give the proper input, like if you just give the A equal to 0, B equal to 0, then W this light will on. Okay, means this is actually the valid condition. If you give A equal to 0, B equal to 1, that means A less than B. So A less than B means this Y will be on, like this one. So this is called the magnitude comparator. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will now want to take the break, and after the break, I will start one very important thing: the NAND or NOR implementation. So just give me 1 minute time to give the introduction about the NAND or implementation. Here, I'll show you the procedure that as you know that the NAND gate and NOR gate are called the universal logic gate, and here I show you the procedure that how to implement any type of circuit, any type of expression using the NAND gate or NOR gate. Okay. Once you know the procedure, then whatever be the expression, whatever be the circuit, full adder, half adder, full subtractor, half subtractor, any type of expression, you can easily do this thing using only NAND gate, only NOR gate. Okay, so one procedure is there. You need to know the procedure, and I will start the class again at 3:45. Before that, those who have already responded, they may leave, and those who have not responded to the attendance, please leave. And I think this thing is clear. 1 minute. I think this thing is clear about the Saturday exam. Everybody has cleared the Saturday's exam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so those who have already give the attendance, they may please leave. Please join at 3:45. Those who have not, please give the attendance and please leave. Thank
Sir,
you for attending.
Present, sir. Sir,
22.
22.
11, sir.
22, 11. Next.
Jeet Bera present.
21, sir.
Okay, Jeet Bera and 21. 21 and Jeet Bera. Jeet. Next.
L5, sir.
Roll 2, sir.
Roll 2 and L5. Roll 2 and L5, L5.
L07, sir.
L7. Somebody said roll number 4. Titash Banerjee. তিতাস কি আছিস?
Yes, sir. 4.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। অভিষেক কুমার, রোল নাম্বার 13 নেই। রোল নাম্বার 20, 27, 28 and roll number 37, 41 to 44, 47, 48 and L6 nay. Okay, so thank you very much for attending my class so sincerely. I will meet at again 3:35. Okay, বেরিলাম তাহলে, হ্যাঁ।